Good morning, Norsemen. It's Mrs. Seaberg coming to you from my family room. And I know you are all at home, and we're going to be doing things a little bit differently until the fall. So, I am going to be doing my mindfulness lessons from my house, and then you can watch those while you're doing your other school things. So, I want to talk to you about mindfulness. Some of you have already done mindfulness with myself or Mrs. Cobb, but some of you, this is kind of a new thing. So we'll start from the beginning, and then we'll do some fun activities on some weeks. We'll talk about our senses, and we'll do some things, some activities revolving around mindful seeing and tasting. So, mindfulness and our brain. There are three parts of the brain that are impacted by mindfulness. We have the amygdala, that's a funny word, and that's called the watchdog of our brain. That part of the brain helps us sense if we're in danger or not. And it's represented by Mr. Lion here, my lion puppet, because lions are kind of fierce, and so we have Mr. Lion for the amygdala. And then we have the amygdala is here, the pink parts, right there. And then we have the prefrontal cortex. This is the big blue part here of the picture of the brain. And that is represented by Mr. Wise Owl here. And that is the part of our brain that helps us solve problems and helps us with reasoning. So that is the prefrontal cortex. And we have one more part of the brain, and that is the hippocampus. The hippocampus is located here. There's two parts. They're shaded in green here. And that is called the scrapbook of our brain. That's what holds all of our memories, like when we go on vacation and have fun with our friends. So that is the hippocampus, and that is represented by Mr. Elephant here. I always think elephants are big, so they have a big brain, and they have a big hippocampus that can store lots of things. So I was thinking that's probably why they picked the elephant to represent the hippocampus. So what is mindfulness? How do all those things go together? Well, mindfulness is helping us focus and staying in the moment. We have lots of things going on in our lives. Right now we have some kind of scary things with the virus going around. So, and I know it makes some of us anxious and worried. So the mindfulness, doing some mindful breathing, can help us focus and help us not worry as much, because there's lots of stuff in the news and you hear a lot of people talking about it. So this can help us focus and not worry so much and be more calm and be more in the moment. So taking mindful breaths, what does that look like? Well, we breathe in through our nose. We hold it for about 3 seconds, fill our lungs up, and then we blow it out through our mouth. Now, when we take mindful breaths, we want to have a mindful body. Like you sit up straight, your shoulders are up, and that helps our lungs fill with air. So, kind of represented by this ball. So, because this ball gets bigger and smaller. So what we'll do is we'll do our mindful body. We'll sit, and we will take a breath in. Our lungs expand, hold it, and breathe out. We'll do it again. Breathe in, fill your lungs, hold it, and breathe out. One more time. Breathe in, hold it, and breathe out. Now I know that helped me feel more calm. It just makes us, that deep breathing helps us calm down, and that is a good time to do mindful breathing is like before you're going to take a test. If you have to give a book report in front of your class, if you're going to do a sporting event, if you're an athlete, you could take a breath, because if you're nervous thinking, oh, I can't do this, I'm not going to be any good, I'm going to mess up. Though the mindful breathing will help us calm down and focus and do a better job at what we have to do, whether it's a test or an event or a book report, anything, whenever we're feeling nervous. So I have a singing bowl, and singing bowls, you can use a chime. There's all different things, and you don't even have to have these, but all the teachers in the elementary have these, and hopefully they're using them. Like when you come in the morning, this can help you when you hear the sound. You would know, oh, it's time to do our mindful breathing, time to focus on the next transition. We're going to go to reading, or we're going to go to the library. So this is a good thing to help us when we come in from recess, or if we're just got out of PE class. This will help us calm down and get ready to do our schoolwork. So what we're going to do, it makes a pretty sound, and the bowl vibrates a little bit on my hands, and the sound carries. So, and you can hit it harder or softer, it just depends. So we're going to do 3 mindful breaths using the singing bowl. So when we hear the bowl, we will take a breath in, hold it for about 3 seconds, and then we'll breathe out. We'll do that 3 times, so you get used to hearing the sound. Breathe in, hold it, and breathe out. Mrs. Seaberg likes to close her eyes when she does that, but you don't have to. Hold it and breathe out. One more. Hold it and breathe out. Well, that was helpful to Mrs. Seaberg. So that is mindfulness and the brain and taking mindful breaths. So next week we will be doing a fun activity that has I'm going to show you how to make a glitter bottle. So until next week, I'll see you guys. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.